Banana slam jam.
Hello everybody, we got ourselves another replay analysis. This is going to be a Divine 1 Skywrath. I believe that's somewhere in mid 4k MMR range. And his comments were, we lost, but was kind of close. So you're against Anti-Mage safe lane, not ideal. With that in mind, I would say you're most likely going to pick on the support. At least later on in the lane, but early on, you could probably pick on the Anti-Mage. So you choose to go for your concussive. I've seen that too. I don't know exact meta of Skywrath Mage builds, but as long as you know that you're correct there, that's fine. I saw GH playing Skywrath Mage today in a competitive match, but I did not see his item build. I'd say in this lane, you have to ask yourself whether or not you want to trade with the opponent's support. And I would ask you, who trades better, you or Wyvern? And outside of Q, Wyvern's incredibly useless. And inside of it, she's pretty strong. So you really want to force engagements against the Wyvern when she has no Q. But it didn't really look like you were doing that early, so something to keep in mind there. Like right now, I'd be fighting that Wyvern. Why are you afraid of this Wyvern? He's right clicks for 42 damage when he doesn't have Q. That's his contribution. You should be bullying him away at any time you possibly can. So you pull the big camp. You know Wyvern has no Q. Force them to take some damage. Okay, Anti-Mage blinked. You should feel pretty safe to walk up now. Anti-Mage can't really do anything to you. So I think this is a pretty big part of supporting in your bracket. Like, that really lacks. It's something that I, as a core, lacked as well for a while, and it's something really important to keep in mind. You have to think, like, why Anti-Mage scares you. Like, you have to think about it. And if Anti-Mage doesn't have Blink, right, if his Blink's on cooldown, then you're 325 movement speed as a ranged hero, and he's 310 movement speed as a melee hero. So unless he has Blink, he's completely useless against you, right? Like, he can't do anything. So the second he wastes Blink, punish that motherfucking shit, bro. Punish it. Hit him. He can't do anything. The only reason you don't be aggressive on anyone ever is because you're afraid of whatever they'll do back to you. Like, you're afraid if I go be, right-click this Anti-Mage 3 times, that he'll Blink on me and burn all my mana. Well, he just wasted his Blink. Right there, you heard it. Fuck him up. Go hit him. Fuck him up, bro. Fuck him up. You're not doing that. You're letting the Anti-Mage tank creeps while not hitting you. So while you're not hitting him, I mean. Okay, so at this stage you're sitting pretty low. Not a huge fan. Definitely should just go to base here. At least after concussive. Wow, you really insisted upon staying. Okay. You want to stay for the bounties? Okay, I can see why you wanted to stay for the bounties. Now you're gonna base? Okay, you know what? I'm okay with that. You wanted to stay for the bounties? You invested that salve in order to get the bounties? I'm cool with that. Good D ward. Good ward. Well played. A little bit of lingering there, where you kind of just sat in lane doing nothing and then you walked back to base. So could have been a bit quicker there, but overall, pretty good. Got the kill, reset, and health and mana. Yikes.
That's something good.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Much obliged.
Pogbra.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. is under attack.
So here's like the scenario where you get a kill on Wyvern and Invoker had rotated top and Doom doesn't have ult and Anti-Mage is going to have ult and Centaur has ult in another lane and Invoker still could be here. So what you're looking at is a potential 2v3 when Wyvern respawns and the 2v3 is then benefited by a Centaur ult. So I'm giving you like all these things to think about, right? And all these, you know, you take the equation of your side and, you know, put the less than or equal to or more than sign against the opponent. And all of their sums are way higher than yours, right? It's like all the things that would make them kill you here add up to way more than what you would have to kill them. And I think this is something people don't think about enough. It's like, okay, we're going to be potentially 3v3 when this Wyvern respawns with a Centaur ult behind it. And it's 2 of us. And is this where I want to be? And the answer is just no. Like, it's just no. Like, do you want to TP bottom? Do you want to walk towards mid, potentially look for a gank? Either one's fine. Just get the fuck out of here, right? That's really the best way I have to describe it. But the way you, like, add up the factors in your head has to be what's done. Like, it has to be the way you think about Dota. So, I was, like, thinking, I'm like, to myself when I watch this, like, just to give you my perspective, it's like, something's wrong here. Like, he shouldn't still be here. Now, let me try to figure out how to explain this to him. And this is what I came up with, so. I felt it before you died, right? Like, I'm not saying that as, like, hindsight 2020. I really did feel, like, that awkwardness where I'm like, I don't think he should be here anymore. Yeah. It's just like you're playing around a core that didn't have his ult, and I think you could have honestly just TP'd bottom there and secured that kill on Centaur. Even though they got the kill, you could have been there to like 100% secure it. Could have gone mid. You had a Faceless Void with Chrono. Here, I'm going to give you a perspective, man. Here's Dota in a nutshell. Here's why you're Divine 1. You want to know why? Because you have a fucking ultimate that does 750 fucking damage if the guy doesn't move. Your safe lane is a Faceless Void Shadow Shaman. Your mid laner is a Kunkka. Stun that holds them in place. Stun that holds them in place. Not a stun that holds them in place. Stun that holds them in place. Stun that holds them in place. Not a stun that holds them in place. You need me to repeat myself? Okay, good. Then why the fuck are you taking your level 6 power spike and going to the one guy that doesn't have a stun that holds them in place?
Too bad not many people are watching this educational stream. And in my 5k rank pubs they are taking fights without objectives and laughing at me for watching streamers.
Like, why are you in the one lane that doesn't have a guy that holds them in place? When you have an ability, you have to think, okay, these are the conditions that this ability is required to be successful. Who on my team sets up those conditions? Just that simple, right? And you clearly didn't think that through. Big reason why you're Divine 1. When I talk about playing the map, like how people play the map, that's a very generalized concept, but this is what I mean. Who you fight around. Like, this is a big TP. This, like, why did that obviously work? You know? I'm glad you went to the Faceless Void. That's, like, a very obvious combo, you and your Faceless Void. But, like, guess what? Earlier, you TP'd to the guy that didn't have a stun. Nothing happened. TP'd to the guy with a stun. Something happened. Crazy. Dota's a crazy game. Full of wonder. Okay, taking some time to get some XP. Okay, good TP. Yeah, I was gonna say I'd not one-track mine on this Anti-Mage and just kill the beefy Centaur in front. Okay, got another kill.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Top tower is under attack.
So I guess my question would be, is this what the Doom wants from you? Does he want you to hit the tower with him? Is that what he wants his support to do for him? While you guys are pushing this tower, based on who's missing on the map, who on their team would set up the fight? Ding, 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 Brown, right? Like, that's who would set it up, Invoker. So, are you providing anything for this tower push that's relevant? You're right-clicking the tower. Yeah, 90 damage ain't actually that bad. But you're right-clicking the tower, and you're allowing a potential, like, I don't even know if he's there, to be honest. You're allowing a potential just walk behind you, kill you both. Like, very conveniently. I think this is something supports way too often do. Like, you need to be in the trees, scouting, seeing what the opponent's doing, potentially placing a ward, giving team information. It's almost always more impactful than you right-clicking. And the only time I ever start right-clicking the tower as a support is when I see on the map that whoever I'm scared of contesting us just isn't there. Because then that worry is gone, and then I can breathe safely and hit the tower. Now you may say, BSJ, nothing went wrong there. But I'm asking you, if Invoker came behind you, what would happen? And the answer is you're fucking dead. And you had no plan against that. You had no plan. And I had no idea where Invoker was. No clue. And as a support, that is exactly what you're supposed to set up in the game. You give your team as much information as possible, and you account for as much of the opponent's moves as you possibly can. And there you just were hitting a tower. If you're hitting the tower as a support, you're literally saying there's nothing on God's given earth that they can do to kill us here. I say God's given earth because I grew up with that saying, but, you know, it sounds incredibly religious. So, God's green earth? Whatever the saying is. Okay. Faceless Void dies bottom. You're claritying with no talismans in your backpack. No talismans just give mana regen, bro. If you're mangoing, it's different. Clarity, I'm keeping no talismans. Okay. I'd definitely be buying more wards as the 4 position here. Like wards, obviously, they don't cost anything. You rely a lot on vision for your hero to be successful. You're definitely way too willy-nilly with that ult. It's pretty low cooldown, but it is like a 60-second window where your hero's not a threat. You're putting yourself in farm mode. You are about to be to an Atos, so I guess that's okay. I feel like this is something that's common that people do, and it just makes no sense to me. You're sitting at half mana, and you're 100 gold. Like, before you bought these Clarities, you're 100 gold off Atos, and you buy Clarities, which, like, delays your Atos by another minute, by another 30 seconds. And it's like, why not just spend all of your fucking mana, not buy the Clarities, and then go to base and buy your Atos? And then by the time you have your Atos and Ultimate off cooldown, like, it'll line up. This is something where your timings just don't line up. You're buying these Clarities so that your Atos comes after your Ultimate's off cooldown. And it's like, yeah, you're staying on map, but this is a perfect example of when you're supposed to farm with all your mana and then go to base, right? So it's like, this shit needs to align, right? And it just doesn't here. TP in front of a creep wave where your Kunkka's already farming. This makes me want to fucking vomit, bro. I want to fucking vomit. You have a core walking at this tower? Like, look at him, dude. He's walking at the tower. And you TP and creep vision and then just steal his creeps? Dude, oh my... Sorry, I just vomited a bit.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Do you not realize that you are a huge kill threat to the opponent? I need you to process as the opponent's perspective what it means to them that they see you TP bottom. what does that mean to them? Right? You have a Atos. You are going to be a huge threat. Like, you have it flying out to you. You are going to be a huge threat. And you just TP'd in vision to bottom lane. Good players would say, okay, Skywrath Mage is anywhere here. I can farm anywhere here and be not afraid of wherever Skywrath is. Dude, come on, man. Play the map. Play the map.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
I mean, ignoring the fact that you just TP'd to yoink creeps from a carry. Yeah, he was a bit late to defend the tower, but man, come on, bro. It's just not your job, bro. Weren't even looking at the potential place that you could have ran into somebody. There's a problem when you smoke. Okay. Ulted the guy next to you instead of you. That was nice.
They will fall before
The greater good. What is that?
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
I haven't really seen you buy any wards. I haven't seen you buy smokes. I think you might have had a smoke there. I feel like on this hero, you should always have a smoke. Like, you should always be ready to go do something. We end up taking a fight. This is kind of the opponent being bad at this point, because you're a really important part of fighting, and you're just sitting, showing bottom, and they just walked into you. That's nice of them. They shouldn't do that, but it's nice of them. Okay, so you're going to base and reset. I was hoping you'd do something like that. Should have even done it sooner. You pretty much spent your mana to yoink creeps from your void.
What you sound like?
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
Okay, man. I'm going to give you a little tip that's going to give you like 500,000 MMR, okay? If you are a kill hero, like you kill people, don't TP to your own safe lane tower unless somebody's already set up, and once you TP in, you're going to be casting your spells in the next like 3 seconds. So like you have a Sand King that's waiting here, and the second you finish your TP, he blinks stuns. That's what I mean by somebody on your team's already set up. Don't do this fucking shit, bro. Just don't do it. It's so bad. It's so fucking bad. It's so bad. It's so fucking bad, man. Please. You just did it like 5 minutes ago. Don't do it again, please. My little coach heart can only take so much, sir. I can only take so much. Please. Stop. Please.
Dire are scattered. Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Unlucky find.
Radiant are scattered.
It literally removes you from the map for the next 80 seconds, man. It removes you from the map. Like, you're gone. Your hero doesn't kill anyone. For 80 seconds, dude. 80 seconds, man. 80 seconds, man.
Radiant are scattered.
Okay.
Thanks for bearing with us, BSJ.
I'm gonna say, you know they have a glimmer. I'm surprised you don't have detection at this point.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Structures are falling. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Is mine.
How do you not see that glimmer and just instantly buy detection?
Is under attack. Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Dude. Buy some dust, bro. You're a support. You're responsible for killing people. They have a support with glimmer that saves everyone, including themselves. How do you not see that glimmer and then just insta-Q dust? I mean, you should have it already, but like...
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Bro. But Anti-Mage, did he doom an illusion or what? So here's my issue with your items. Atos is a great aggressive item. Perfect. So like you've given your hero the necessary kit to be aggressive, right? So now if you're good enough to be aggressive, you need an item that like helps you defend yourself. Like you have to consider it at least on every hero. You have to like consider it. So if we consider like how we die in this game, it's like a centaur blinking on us, it's like an anti-mage blinking on us. And to be honest, does like Yules do anything to an anti-mage blinking on you? Like, does that do anything? Like, even if you get the Yules off, don't you just come back down and die anyway? Like, it doesn't do anything. What does do something? A Glimmer, a Force Staff, a Ghost Scepter? All these things do something, right? Yules just sucks here. I kind of was waiting to see how it played out, but like, just to make sure I was correct. But yeah, it just sucks. Like, what does Yules do here? It doesn't change anything. It's like a 2,800 gold item on you that doesn't actually change anything. And when they say BSJ removes global, like, for what, though? You're going to Yules yourself, come back down, and die. Like, you know, it's not going to change anything. You spent the entire global in the air instead of on the ground. Like, that's what you did. So it doesn't effectively apply to that. Yeah. So, I don't know. It's just a bad item. You need an item that either helps you be more survivable or give you more kill threat. And Yules does, like, nothing here. To be honest with you, I think it's just makes literally no sense. Like, there's no way you were thinking about this item when you bought it. There's just no way. Okay, man. I'm gonna tell how it is. You have a bajillion gold, they have invis, and your hero relies on vision, dude. Sentries, dust, sentries, dust, sentries, dust, sentry, dust, sentry. Okay. You're literally 4,500 for very basic reasons. Like, yeah, there's more to it than that. And there's things like it'll take you a while to fix when it comes to, like, map movements, and I talk about in-depth decision-making early game and stuff. Dude, buy fucking detection, bro! Like, what? You're a level 20 Skywrath Mage on Dota Plus, and you haven't figured out by now that your hero needs to see the person, and to see them, you kill them, and they die? You kill them dead? I'm going to end the replay here, because I feel like as support, you've kind of shown me what you do wrong as a player. It's very fundamental things. Like, it's things that as support, I don't have too much time to talk about very often. The early game movements, keep those in mind. Mid-game itemization after the Atos, very important item. You only get 2 items, so if you buy a bad item on support, it's even worse. And then, yeah, detection, man. Like, it's very confusing. I want you to think about the map and, like, how your TPs affect the opponent team, how your TPs affect your team. I want you to think about, how the opponent's heroes being where they are affects you. Like, where do you want to be on the map? I talked about that earlier. And then I want to talk about, any items you buy and how that changes the state of the game for you. Does that make you more survivable? Does it make you able to kill a target that you previously couldn't kill? Does it give you the positioning, like a blink or something, that allows you to get on top of a target or away from a target? in this case, you know, the way you play, I feel like you haven't had any practice in developing a vision for what your job in the game is, where you want to be on the map, who you want to play with, how you want the team fight to play out, like what items are being casted on what. Like, I actually don't know when you use this Yules. Like, I don't know what your idea of this Yules is. Whenever I buy a Yules, I know exactly when I'm going to use it. Like, if it's Mars, I'm setting up my stun. If I'm against an Ursa, I'm Yulesing him when he ults. If I'm against a Troll, I'm Yulesing him when he ults. If I'm against a Kunkka, I'm Yulesing myself when I get X'd. It's like, I know why I'm buying the Yules. So at an exact moment, I'll use it. But it's like, for you, I don't know a moment where you're going to use this Yules. Feels like you just bought one. So that's how I want you to start working on thinking about Dota. It's a very important skill on all positions, but especially support, where your conceptual approach to the game really is the biggest deal. So, hope you enjoyed that.